What's going on, guys? Chris Rudnick here, and today, well, I should say last night, me and my buddy Chris, we stayed here till like 1:30 in the morning, and we completely tore down everything. Getting a phone call. Where were we? Oh yeah. My God, are we off to a great start? Well, my camera just ran out of memory. Does anything else want to interrupt us? No? All right, good. Chris and I, we stayed here till 1:30 in the morning, taking this whole thing apart. So we got the door handles off, we got the window trim, we got all of the door trim and all of that stuff. The only thing that we haven't done were like the bottom rocker panels because, like I said, you need a small pry tool, which I'm gonna get today. We need to get this wiper blade off. I took this top trim off. This was probably the easiest one. Just took a little flathead and peeled it up, and then it just kind of came all out. We took the mirrors off. The door panels are on, but they're not bolted, so you can easily take them off. We just did that because we had to get to the door handle and all of that stuff. But 90% torn apart. I'm gonna go get the painter right now. I'm gonna ask him my next step. I read some of your guys' comments and everyone was like, you really shouldn't cut corners, Chris. And honestly, when I was talking to him, I was kind of just messing around. Like, yes, I'm gonna do every single thing they tell me. I'm not gonna cut corners because I want this car to come out great. And I wanna be proud of this restoration. I want it to look pretty freaking awesome. So with that being said, let's go get the painter and let's know the next move because I have no idea. All right, I just went over there. He's gonna be over here in a few minutes while I'm waiting. I'm gonna take the rocker panels off right there. The body guy let me borrow some tools and I'm pretty confident I can get that off now. All right, just finished taking off both rocker panels. Not gonna lie, it was very difficult. It was very hard to get off, but we did it. I think this thing's pretty stripped. The painter's on his way and we'll see what he says. All right, guys, so while I'm waiting for the painter, I decided to take the blueberry out. Just show you it real quick because there's just a nice little mod that I want to add today. So, as you guys know, here is the blueberry. She is looking fresh. Alex ceramic coated this and detailed it, so it is so shiny that you can literally like see a reflection. It's so amazing. And the car looks great. But there's one little thing that I want to add, and going back a few videos, this is what I was talking about. Like, it's so cool to buy like a bunch of parts Miatas and like find little trinkets that I can use for either the Roadster or the Blueberry. And this time we found something for the Blueberry. So check this out. We got OEM mud flaps that we're actually gonna be putting on today, and they just look so freaking good, man. Like, just look at this. Like, obviously it's gonna look a lot better when it's bolted up and everything, but I think this is just gonna finish like the aesthetics of the car. We are gonna have to modify the lip a little bit because the mud flap does get in the way, so we're gonna have to trim that down a tiny bit. But we have the rear lip, we have the side skirts, we have the front lip. I think it's only right if we do the mud flaps in the rear. I think it's just gonna add so much more character to the car and it's gonna look that much better. I don't know, man, I'm pumped on this car. Yo, what up? A lot of people, they always wonder what the ITB sounds like, so I figure I'll open the hood. I will do like a driving video of this car at some point. It's just I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done, and that's more of like a filler day. Check this out. So that's what the ITB sounds like. A very deep, throaty feeling. That's why I like the ITBs. Not so much for the power. Like, honestly, if you're going ITBs for power, I would just suggest turboing the car. ITBs are more for like just the sound, and like it gives you a little more pep. Like, I would love the race to stock Miata versus this because, like, truthfully, there's not too much of a difference. And although ITBs are cool, I think they're a little expensive for what they do, but don't get me wrong, they're sick. They came with the car, on the car, Jack did it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. But personally, I would never do it to a car. That's just my opinion.
What about the idle? Does it make it harder to adjust the idle?
It does, but Jack tuned it all out and stuff. But yeah, if you just throw these on, it's not idling for crap.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the downside.
Yeah, but if you got a good tuner like Jack, he can make anything possible.
Yeah.
But I want to go ahead, I want to throw this thing on the lift while we're waiting for Tommy, and I want to start on the mud flaps because it's just gonna make the car that much better. Just got this pig on the lift. This is the hardest car to put in the lift that I own, but when she's on for good. All right, so perfect time. I just got the Blueberry on the lift, and the good old painter decided to finally show up, huh? I'm just messing with you.
Yep.
All right, man, so I mean, what do you think? Do I get a job yet? You hiring me?
Yeah.
Yeah? You don't think I did that bad?
No, you did a decent job.
Well, let me tell you what I broke first before you said I did a decent job. So we broke all of these clips. They were absolutely impossible to get out. Me and Chris, we tried for like a half an hour. It's very hard.
Pulling, manpower.
Yeah, we ended up popping them all off, but I already ordered the clips on eBay. They're gonna be here. These were a little difficult. Some of the clips broke on that, and then some of these broke, but I already have everything on order, so we don't have to worry about any of that.
Not a problem.
Still got a job?
Yeah, I have clips too. They tend to break with the age of the car.
Yeah. So some of it's not our fault.
Yeah. Tell us about
The
this.
moldings.
How does that come out, that window?
The window moldings, okay.
How would you take it out?
There's a special tool that we use sometimes to slide in. Like you can see they pop up and down because they have a clip.
Those are impossible to get out.
No, they're not.
No, okay.
My tool gets behind them and pops them up, and they stay with that.
We're
Really?
using picks and pries.
But it's all right. It happens.
Yeah.
Go off,
Once
back up.
after we broke them all, we figured out that you just unscrew it and just slide them. If you
Oh, yeah,
slide
you
it
can do
this
that
way,
too.
it goes like butter.
Talk to me here. What is the next step that I need to do?
Well, the next step is take off the chrome moldings, which I'll get somebody to help you show
Yeah,
you
but
how
that's
those
not
clips
gonna be
out.
easy.
Obviously, you left it.
Yeah.
We now see there's probably a bit more rust than you thought.
Do you want to come over to the other side? I got a nice gnarly one for you.
All right.
So my question is, what are we gonna do about this good girl right here? This thing is squishy. Like I could put my finger through the door right now.
Yeah, you can see it all the way up top now. You take out the molding, but once we take it off, we'll address it. We're gonna see if it's that bad. We're gonna cut it. If we have to cut it, if we have to see the inside on the bottom, if it's protruded into the shell.
Yeah.
Because if it's in the shell, then we have to do maybe a little bit more of a process. Think about cutting open the skin part and putting just a new patch panel on it.
Okay.
Which that I recommend you leave to us.
Yeah, bro. So next step is we're gonna pull this off. I mean, what else? Because that doesn't seem like too long of a job here.
You can take these off.
Take those off? How do you take those off?
Screws. Open the door. Look for a screw.
Oh wait, it almost came off. Maybe it's just taped on?
Sometimes you just don't want to break it. So a lot of times I tell you just look back here. First, make sure there's no screws.
Yeah.
Typically there's screws, but in the 80s they could have done something different.
Yeah. Tape held on for a pretty long time then.
Yeah, you can pop them off. You don't want to take that off. You want to take it off together here. So yeah, there's clips behind it.
Yeah. So we'll work on that.
Then let's get to sanding.
Get to sanding, huh?
Oh, no, we get to taping.
Tape. Oh, my favorite part.
And you got to tape it up real nice here.
Yeah.
You know, right here at the edge so we don't grind it. And I would double layer the tape.
Yep.
Prior to sanding. I mean, you could do it panel by panel, so you don't have to sit here and spend hours and waste tape, because if you don't get to it, then it sticks to it and you have adhesive everywhere and it's a pain in the butt.
Okay. So do one panel at a time. So like, for example, we'll do the rear quarter. I'll tape all this off. I'll sand the whole quarter, take the tape off, and then tape the next project.
Go to the next one, correct.
Okay. So what's the deal with sanding? We're starting at what grit and ending in what?
Me personally, I would like to start with 80.
80. So you want the rough boy.
I want you to strip it.
You want me to strip the whole car. So this is going to be a silver car.
I just don't see the reason to do the job that we're going to do to it with rust here, rust there, and all the little speckles, to have it bubble up when we're done.
So let me ask you this. Are we still, because we have the patch panels, are we still going to shave this whole thing?
Correct.
To bare metal?
Well, you don't have to shave the whole thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So just do it
I
anyways?
would shave it below the patch panel, so when we cut it,
So
we know
just,
where we want to cut.
yeah. I mean, I'll probably do it a little under the patch panel so we have some room to work with. But like right down here, I don't have to worry about sanding because that's getting cut out?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Correct, but I would sand it anyways.
Just sand it anyways.
Just
Sand
what-
everything.
What's another 3 minutes?
Yeah.
That little piece is not going to take you long.
Okay, yeah, no.
You know, in your 5-hour sand job.
I guess it's going to take me a little longer than 5 hours, huh?
Yeah.
I guess if I think about it, like I sanded the GTR window trim, I sanded the wipers and stuff, and like just alone, that took me an hour to do.
But you see the quality that we got back.
It came out amazing.
Prep job is your paint job. I don't care how good of a body guy you are, or how good of a painter. If it prepping ain't right, you don't have a canvas of art.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I mean, I've done some pretty crappy prep, and I've ended up with some pretty crappy jobs.
Yeah, but you know, you're now growing into
learning,
mature,
you know, every day you learn something new.
So yeah, and then plus you have me right next door.
Yeah, which is nice.
So I would start sanding. Let's take this wiper off.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to get off? Like obviously this is a molding. I don't know if it's rubber and it comes with the window. If it is, then maybe let's look in to see if we can buy this.
Okay, yeah, I would love to do whatever moldings we can buy. I would love to just buy new ones just so it's fresh.
The last thing we're gonna do is pull out the windows.
Okay.
For
so
dust purposes inside the car.
Yeah.
We do have to remove the back seat, the panels, the trim panels, all that has to come out. So when we get ready to do the patch panels, we don't melt nothing, burn nothing. If there's any electronics wires, we don't want to hit clip. We want to pull them away from it because you might have a module somewhere in here. Although back in the day they didn't do that.
Yeah.
There still might be an amp or something that we didn't know, and you don't want to damage it by cutting into it.
Yeah. So another question. I leave for the UK on the 11th. Do I still like strip some panels, and if it's inside, it's okay?
No, you're gonna strip and then we're gonna epoxy prime it.
Oh, we're gonna prime it the day I strip.
Prior to, you might get half a car or two, this part, that part.
Oh wow, okay, so we're
epoxy prime.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if we could get half a car in 2 days, because I can't have people touching it. The minute you touch it, the oils from your finger are gonna cause rust.
Yeah.
So we want to get to it as fast as possible, and then epoxy prime.
Okay.
At which point it's in primer, I can cut and do body work on top of.
Oh, so you want a primer and then cut?
Correct.
Okay.
I want to see what we got, because all them little bubbles that we saw originally are far worse. There's more of them. So I kind of want to address, you know, with this being here, what happens if there's that one and this little one?
Yeah.
That little piece and that one might turn into a bubble later. Now what do I do? Cut into your door to fix a little piece and then try to, we're not trying to do this twice.
Yeah, no, I feel you. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take off this metal strip, which is gonna be a nightmare. I already know that. And I guess I'm gonna start stripping.
Correct.
So what do you recommend I start with? Like which panel?
And you pick.
I pick, huh?
If you start here, you work your way whichever way you want, counterclockwise or clockwise. And I always tell people, work on one panel at a time, so that way you don't forget.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
I guess we're starting.
And if you want, you could go over there and see the Tundra and see it. Raw metal, same thing we're doing inside right now.
Really? Yeah, I'll check that out in a minute.
You know, if you could do body work, I would have you do the body work and then just go ahead and 2K prime. But since you're not a body work guy and I'm not gonna have time to get to it and you're not gonna be fully ready, let's just strip the whole car and epoxy prime it.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you guys wanna stay late, I'll stay a little later. Maybe come in tomorrow and get a couple of you guys in here and let's just burn this thing down and try to get it epoxy prime tomorrow.
Sounds good to me.
Body shop.
Rod Knox Body Shop.
What's mod shop?
Body shop on this.
Body mods.
Body mods, yeah. Well, guys, I think we got a good game plan. Fuck, let's start sanding. All right, so the painter said, go to bare metal. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I was thinking I was gonna start with the rear quarter panel, but he said if I do the rear quarter panel, to make it right, you wanna do rear quarters, both of them, roof and inner door jambs all at the same time. I don't want to do that today just because I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to finish it. So we're just going to start with the easy stuff first. So the hood, it's separate from everything. We can do this. We can do the hood just alone. It's not a big deal. You don't really have to tape anything. So we're going to do the hood. I got 80 grit, like he said. We got this Mac Tools sander. Shout out to the subscriber that sent this to me. He only charged me 30 bucks for this thing, and it's amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to strip this bag out of bare metal.
20 minutes later.
Feels like I really haven't made a dent. For some reason, I'm keeping this flat because the painters told me that like if you come like an edge or something, you do that for a really long time, you can make your paint look really wavy, and you just want to keep this flat so it's just a flat surface and you don't have to worry about any waves. But like it's coming out as circles. Super weird. Bare metal. Fun.
20 minutes later.
I feel like I'm making no progress here. Third piece of sandpaper, it just goes through it like butter. The body guy told me to keep this on like half throttle. That's what I've been doing. Push hard. Woo! I don't know how you guys do this every day, body guys. 100% credit to all you. You deserve at least 50 bucks an hour because I'm sweating my balls off and it's almost dark out. I'm sweating. I'm so moist. It hurts, but let's keep going.
1 hour later.
What's going on, guys? Chris the photographer here. Wait, that's not right. Just kidding. But yeah, he actually got a new sander with some beef because if you can see, it's dark out or getting dark.
Yeah,
and we were getting nowhere.
This is brutal. So this is 40 grit.
Okay.
This thing, he said it was very dangerous. If you put your hand there, it's gonna come off. And,
oh,
yeah.
wait a minute. That's why he didn't give it to you?
No.
At first?
He was just like, make sure you're.
Don't touch it.
Yeah,
it's throwing sparks. Hold on. Let's
literally
go.
throwing sparks.
It's throwing sparks.
So powerful, I don't think my air compressor's strong enough.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
because it kind of dies a little. When he was showing me over there, this thing was just ripping.
Can we turn the pressure up maybe?
No, that's as high as it goes.
Okay.
So, guess I'm just gonna keep trying.
Keep it rocking. 30 minutes later, this is where he's at.
Yeah, it's probably more than 30, probably like more than 45 around.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's
So I said at first the whole car was gonna take me 5 hours. It's not the case whatsoever. This is gonna take days,
this is
weeks,
gonna take
months,
days.
years.
Not to mention Tommy said bring some friends tomorrow.
He thinks we're gonna strip the whole car down tomorrow. I don't think that's true.
He said bring a couple of guys.
And you can have it done in a day.
Yeah.
I probably got 3 hours so far into this hood.
Wow. No, I've been watching. This is crazy.
But you gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna make this thing minty fresh.
Yeah, tips and tricks, leave them in the comments.
Yeah, please. So, lucky for me, Chris is taking a turn over there, so that's pretty good. Marcus is out at work, and like, when Marcus was working, he's like, what? Why is the blueberry on the lift? I'm like, I'm doing the mud flaps, and he's like, come on, dude, without me, you were bummed. You want to see these just as bad as I do. It's gonna be good. So Marcus insisted on coming here and starting this project because I was sanding. So I'm excited to see what this looks like. Oh, you found the little tabs that go onto the bumper?
Yeah, they were on your toolbox.
Oh, okay. Do those fit inside of it?
Yeah.
Oh. This is gonna look so good. So yeah, like I was saying before, we have to mount the mud flap, and then we're gonna pretty much just measure the rear lip, and then we're just gonna have to cut it to sit flush with the bumper. I'm filthy. Sanding, man, sucks. Sorry if it's a bit loud in here. There's a lot of things going on right now. But Marcus just installed the mud flap, just 310 mils, pretty simple there. And now the tricky part is to get this really flush and make it kind of look OEM-like, you know?
It's not to get it to make it look OEM, it's to get it to look so that it's all one piece.
So, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna burn it and melt them together.
No. No.
No, I know, I was messing with you.
So the thing is that this mounts where this mounts.
Oh, that's tricky.
Yeah.
So do you think we're gonna have to drill a different hole?
No.
Or you're gonna use that?
Use
You're gonna put that before that one?
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is like, cut this out,
Yep.
cut up here so that it slides over, and then bolt it underneath that, and then this is gonna sit like that.
Works for me.
It's gonna be a lot of work.
A lot of work.
Yeah,
But it'll be worth it for this, dude. That mud flap looks killer already.
I know.
I can't.
We gotta get it polished up though.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, once it's all mounted together, we can always take it off and repaint it or something.
Yeah.
I just want to get it on the car. I'm dying to see what it looks like. Ever since like you pointed out that the other car had these, I was like, damn. This thing's looking like a true jalopy right now. It looks so bad in the camera.
Yeah, it's a lot harder than it looks.
I'm definitely eating my words when I said 5-hour job. Not a 5-hour job. And some people, like I posted this on Instagram so far, and they're like, you don't have to go down to bare metal. I appreciate the thought, but I am gonna listen to every single thing Tommy says. Even if he says, take the whole car apart and gut it, that's what we're gonna do, because at the end of the day, we're gonna have a professional paint job, and 99% of it is gonna be from us. So that's pretty sick. All right, what are you doing? Do it again. I'm like trying to make a clip. He's like, the Hulk over here. Anyways, I think we're gonna end the video right here. I know we started a couple things. A couple things didn't get done yet, but that's okay because we're not stopping working today. I just want to get this video out soon enough for you guys can watch it. But what we're gonna work on, we're just gonna work on the hood, hopefully work on the fenders, depending on how motivated we feel.
You got this.
There's no way.
No, you got this.
The hood. We're gonna do the hood tonight.
Well, we'll see. I might do the fenders.
It's like 80% done. You got
80%. Try
Fenders
60.
are as much as the hood.
Dude, this is 40. We have to go over it with 80 still and 100.
Yeah, but you can get it. You can get it all.
You can get it to bare metal pretty
Grab the
quickly.
sander
Yes,
and
you
tell
do
me
that.
You can get it. I did it.
And then you get the fenders to bare metal, and then you go over it with the lower grades.
Higher grades, yeah.
Dude, I
Whatever.
was doing my hand.
Wait, what was it yesterday? Mishi Moto.
Dude, they're my the
They're the Marcusisms.
head.
There's
trauma.
Rudnickisms, there's Marcusism, head traumaisms. But we just got some Jimmy Johns, but Marcus is still working on this. This is this is what he got so far. The mud flap is like semi-mounted, and you kind of trimmed this out.
I did. So the mud flap is on enough for me to mock up part purposes. And now I just have to finish all of this up. This pretty much is going to sit like this. There's a tad bit of grinding I have to do in here. And then we're going to put a zip tie on the inside through the actual fender's mud flap so that it holds it really tight.
Yeah.
And so that this gap kind of just goes away.
Yeah, sinks in, and you won't even see that little gap right there.
The only thing is I kind of went a little bit too much right
Yeah.
there. But it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna keep filming for tomorrow's video. Like I said, I just want to get this video out so it's not at 1 in the morning, because if I was at my house, it would be up in 10 minutes, but I'm gonna stay here and continue to work. We need to end the video right here. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. If you want to get the merch, go down in the bio below, www.junkforless.net. Every purchase helps us continue to do this and get more Jimmy Johns, you know? Jimmy Johns was good.
Jimmy John's and SR parts.
SR parts, yeah. GSR parts, red drift car Miata parts. We need a lot of parts, so
I need a lot of
everything.
parts.
Everyone needs parts, everyone needs everything, so merch. Peace.